Good morning, Colton. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, and as I'm sure you've certainly guessed, I'm still in China. As you know, one of my life goals is to write a novel, and currently I'm engaged in my first experiment. Sometimes it really is going pretty smoothly, and other times it's going not so smoothly. However, the ups and downs of trying to write this novel have taught me not only a lot about writing, but a lot about how I view the world and the people in it. I've come to realize the reason why I think fiction is so important is it provides us with like a map of reality. It's like a little compact portable version of life. The purpose of a map is to help us to navigate an unfamiliar place. And a well-written piece of literature helps us to do this with life. It can help us to navigate right and wrong, relationships, our own beliefs, and our personal struggles. Now, novels have all kinds of diverse topics, from horror to history, from fantasy to romance. But essentially, all novels are about people. They're about how people interact and how we think and how we face our challenges. However, for me, this is also the hardest part I find about writing a novel, is trying to create realistic and useful characters. Just like a map, fiction and its characters, they have to be a reduction of reality, and are only useful when they contain not only the right types, but the right amounts of information. Here, this is what I mean. Colton, here's a satellite image of the Las Vegas Strip taken from Google Earth. Now, if I gave you this and asked you to meet me at such and such restaurant for dinner, would this be useful in helping you find your way? Probably not, because it is way too detailed. You can see every tree, every car, every building, and because of that, it's overwhelming. You get lost in the seemingly unrelated detail. It's not a useful map. It may be the most accurate representation possible of the Las Vegas Strip, but it's obviously not the most useful. Characters in fiction are the same way. To create a truly realistic human being, an author would have to write every fictional minute of his or her fictional life, which would not only be impossible to write, but which would be really terrible to read. Inversely, here is my severely simple drawing of where the restaurant is. The lack of detail might leave you confused as to where you even are and wouldn't help you at all in trying to find where you would like to go. This map's lack of detail and specificity makes it just as useless as the satellite image. See, in many novels, we encounter characters that are flat, or have no real personality. They are so undercomplex that we realize they aren't real, and therefore struggle to gain anything from their experiences. When we're creating a map, certain things like landscapes have to be deleted so they don't distract, but certain things like the names of streets have to be magnified like a gazillion times their actual size so that they can become useful to us. A character, a single feature like a stutter or greasy hair or a beautiful smile will be magnified far beyond their reality to help us to grasp what kind of character this actually is. These characters then become types: the good guy, the bad guy, the loyal friend, the love interest. Now, I've realized that we do this in real life as well with the people that we interact with every day. Even when it comes to the people that we're closest to in our lives, we really only understand a small percentage of their actual life experiences. Just like characters in a book, we create types or molds for the people that we know. Now, Colton, we have to do this. There really is no other way. For me to truly understand another person, I'd have to experience every single moment of their life and every single thought that they have, which is impossible. These maps or molds that we create for people help us to navigate our relationships. We have to simplify them down for us to be able to understand them. But, Colton, we have to be aware that every single person that we know is more complex than we give them credit for. Like, no one is just the good guy, or just the bad guy, or just the cool girl, or just the nerd. And once we consciously acknowledge that, hopefully we will be able to start to appreciate the complexity of the people that we share our lives with. And we'll be able to gain more from being with them. So, Colton, go out there and appreciate people, even though your perspective of them is limited.